What is up, YouTube? What is up, family? This time we are going to check out how one man changed Indonesia forever. Sukarno. What? Sukarno. What? Sukarno. 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 The story of Sukarno. And you know what? I think I saw. Did we just see him on the money, on the banknotes? That's who it is. Okay. All right. Let's figure out why he's so important. Well, you guys know, but I don't. Let's go. Let's check it out. Is it Mantat? It's going to be Mantat. Okay, let's go.
Once
Mantat.
a beacon of hope, this leader fought tirelessly for the people of Indonesia. But the darkness of corruption crept into his heart and tainted his entire legacy.
Ooh.
But who was this tenacious leader? He is none other than Sukarno.
Sukarno. Yeah, that's him. That's him. He's on the money. He's on the money. Yep, I saw him.
A visionary who not only built a nation, but also inspired a movement that shook the very foundation of oppression.
Nice.
The name itself of this enigmatic leader exudes courage, leadership, and inspiration. Join us on this incredible journey as we explore the awe-inspiring life and legacy of Sukarno. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell notification. Let's go back to when it all started. Born on the 6th of June in the year 1901 on the island of Java, Indonesia.
Java.
Sukarno was immediately a force to be reckoned with. He was born as Kusno Sosrodehajo. However, his life changed forever after he survived a serious childhood illness, which prompted his parents to rename him as Sukarno, according to Javanese tradition. Growing up in a colonial regime, Sukarno developed a deep sense of nationalism and absolutely despised the Dutch imperialism. Therefore, in the early 1920s, he started advocating for Indonesian independence and formed the Indonesian Nationalist Party. The organization grew swiftly, and his activism caught the attention of Dutch authorities. Shortly thereafter, he was detained by them.
Of course.
Sukarno faced a treacherous trail, but his brilliant oratory skills spread far and wide like a wildfire and reached the ears of liberal elements. The rippling effect of Sukarno's riveting speech transformed him into an overnight sensation and a beloved leader of Indonesia during this time. In 1945, Sukarno was the man who declared himself as the country's first president when Indonesia finally became independent. However, his presidency was not only marked by his achievements. He was a man who loved the limelight and often left his critics scratching their heads. His private life was quite problematic. Despite having great influence in shaping the future of the country, Sukarno struggled to maintain the newly appointed power. He was a complex figure admired by some and despised by others. Sukarno always dreamt about a nation that had no cultural barriers. He wanted everyone to put aside their differences and identify themselves as proud Indonesians.
Wow.
Indonesia was fractured into various ethnic groups, parties, and trade unions. Imagine Sukarno trying to get every group in Indonesia on the same page.
And today, they have achieved that. That's what they're known for. The most diverse country in the world, Indonesia. So, what this guy did, still there today because of him. That makes him important, I agree.
When in honesty, he couldn't even communicate with half of them without needing a translator.
That's what happens.
Make matters worse, there was always a community that didn't get along with another ethnic group.
Yeah.
Even though Sukarno failed miserably in his quest for unifying the entire nation, he tried his best. During the Cold War era, Sukarno had a difficult task ahead of him, and that was balancing ties with the Soviet Union and the United States. So how did he avoid taking sides during the Cold War?
Smart man.
By staying neutral, like Switzerland.
Yeah.
Sukarno hosted the Bandung Conference, which laid the foundation of the non-aligned movement. The leaders of other developing countries in Asia and Africa banded together like the ultimate squad to promote peace and avoid all drama. And thus, by advocating for world peace and not meddling in internal matters of the two superpowers, Indonesia managed to survive the Cold War without getting involved. Sukarno was a man who could sway anybody with his words, but alas, the country's economy couldn't be driven by mere words.
Mm.
Him trying to fix the mismanaged economy was like fixing a car while it's still running on the road.
Mm.
Due to his severe mismanagement, inflation was on the rise along with unemployment. Sukarno's government was filled with corruption and indecision. The economy was on a roller coaster ride. Sometimes it went down, sometimes up, and sometimes it didn't even work. His authoritarian inclination led to a growing dissatisfaction among Indonesians.
Yeah, we need the money. At the end of the day, you need the paper. You need the paper at the end of the day. Unfortunately, if you don't want money to be important, then don't make an economy. Make people work. You know, like those tribes, the tribes in the jungle. There's no money. There's no taxes. There's no mortgage. There's no rent. There's no electric bills. There's no water bills. But you got to get up and you better go find a boar to kill or you ain't eating. You know what I mean? That's the difference. But, yeah, money has always been the number one problem. You agree? Yeah, I know.
He began suppressing dissenting voices and favouring his supporters. The ordinary Indonesians who made him their beloved leader faced inequality and lived in poverty. In addition to that, Sukarno's attempt to strike a balance between the military and administrative factions within the government led to instability and corruption. And when the military faction became increasingly powerful, a series of coups and counter-coups eventually toppled Sukarno's government in 1965. Today, Sukarno's legacy remains controversial in Indonesia.
Oh, look at him with John F. JFK. See, this guy was really up there. All right, definitely.
He is seen by others as an autocratic leader who caused political turmoil and economic unrest.
Well,
despite the controversies, Sukarno's legacy continues to influence politics and society in Indonesia.
Today,
But the question remains, what could Sukarno have done differently to prevent the downfall of his administration? What lessons can we learn from his administration? With so much history to unravel, would you like to see a second part of this video that delves deeper into Sukarno's legacy? Let us know in the comment section.
Would you? Well, would you?
Below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on prominent leaders from Indonesia.
It's not easy, people. It's not easy to run a country. I can promise you that. I mean, you are always going to have at least 30% of the population that hates you. At least. Over here in this country, it's like 50%. Whoever wins over here, the other 50% can't stand. So think about how hard that is. You're trying to build a new country, a new economy. You want it to be ran in a certain way. Oh, yeah. There's going to be plenty of people that are going to say, what? No, I don't want that. I don't want no immigrants in my country. Don't you love it when people say, my country? It's my country. I don't want you in my country. Isn't that interesting? It's interesting. Because I think I said this in another video. Are you living in your country rent free? Do they charge you for property tax? They do, right? You pay property tax, you pay the bills, you pay the mortgage. When you go to a beautiful beach somewhere, sometimes you got to pay because somebody tells you, oh, there's my beach. If you want to be on my beach, you got to pay to be on my beach. So that doesn't really seem like it's your anything, in my opinion. But I do understand the people that are worried when... Listen, my problem is not immigrants. My problem is people who come illegally. Though that's it. If you come the way you're supposed to come, legally, then you're good to go. I don't have an issue. I think most Americans wouldn't have an issue. I don't know how you guys, if somebody just showed up in your country illegally and didn't go through the process like those who did come to your country legally, I mean, of course you're going to have people that are going to be pissed off. Especially, you know who's the ones that are maddest of all? The legal immigrants. They're the ones who are the most mad. They're like, hey, what the hell you letting all these illegals come through when I had to bust my ass to come in legally? You understand? That's the difference. That's the difference. It's not about my country. My country. I don't want you in my country. It's not about that. is you need to come in like everybody else, legally. That's all. I don't know. It's complicated. That part's complicated. But we're not talking about immigration. We're talking about Sukarno. How do they say? Sukarno. 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 Anyway, the man has some good ideas. And apparently you guys think so because he's on your money. And when your face ends up on your money, it means you did something good. It means you did something important. Because if not, I don't know why the hell you on the money. Because, I mean, we have some presidents. Yeah, we have some presidents that did some pretty important things on our money. Could you imagine if the latest presidents were on our money? Then we'd be like, well, what the hell are they on the money for? They didn't do nothing. It made things worse. Yeah. So this guy's not one of those people. He's one of the good ones. That's what I think anyway. Yep. It's very hard to have that thought process. I want everybody here and I want everybody to get along. You can't even do that in your family. You know what I mean? When Uncle Joe shows up, you're like, oh, damn, Uncle Joe is coming? Oh, that guy's such an idiot. I got to eat Thanksgiving dinner with that fool? Oh, Lord, here we go again. Another year with Uncle Joe. You know, even in your family, you have problems. How could you bring a whole bunch of strangers together and say, everybody, I want you all to get along? Think about that. Think about that. Anyway, interesting video. Is there another one? I don't know. Apparently there might be. Anyway, love these videos. Keep going. Keep sending me what you think I should look at, and we'll check it out. Any country. Not just Indonesia. Any country. We like looking at the world, right? Okay. Take care. Peace out. Have a good night. I know I talked way too much on this one. I feel bad for you. I apologize. If you're still here, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me? I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll try to tone it down a bit. Peace out.